Hey guys! We're gonna do another vlogs from a hat thing. Okay, so here we go. This one, I think. Yeah. Oh, you can already see what it is. My first times. I don't know why I keep showing you, you can't read it. My first times. So, let's get that done. Just to clarify, I'm not actually going to tag people in the tags that are in the hat because I don't want to. Questions on the laptop! Let's not lose the laptop. What was your first tweet? My first tweet was probably something like, I love Apple, because I had an iPhone and I was finally using it for social media. First YouTube video. My first ever YouTube video I did with my friend Rosie, as you all know her. Here's a clip from it.
Oh, I'm sorry, we ran out of time and technical difficulties.
Let's just say I've matured a lot since then. First person you ever subscribed to? I don't actually know. My first ever Facebook profile picture. Here it is. I've changed a lot since then, as you can tell. Do you still talk to your first love? I have never been in love. If you're talking about first ever crushes, I still don't talk to them. Nope. Next question. What was your first alcoholic drink? My first ever alcoholic drink was a sip of my brother's Strongbow. I didn't like it. Tasted like raw apples. And I don't actually drink. I don't know if you can, the camera's picking up, but there is cider in the background. My birthday was recent. I'm out 18, just in case you don't know. I do like a bit of cider. I haven't drunk a lot. I had like a couple of sips of one once, but I don't actually drink. First ever job. My first ever job was probably babysitting. If you're talking about actual job, probably the job I'm in now, which is retail. First ever car. It was, I think it was yellow. It was a yellow block car. That was my first car. If I can find a picture, I'll put one there. But that was my first ever car. Who was the first person you texted today? Rosie. The first person you thought of this morning? I actually don't know. I'm not actually sure. Who was your first grade teacher? I barely remember the teachers I had 2 years ago. Where did you go on your first ride on a plane? I haven't been on a plane before. Who was your first best friend and do you still talk to them? My first best friend was a girl called Charlotte. We don't talk anymore because she moved to New Zealand. Everyone I love leaves me. Where was your first ever sleepover? Rosie's? I don't know. There was a time where I couldn't actually sleep over anyone's houses. I just cried. What was the first ever thing you did this morning? Check Snapchat. What was your first ever concert? My first ever concert was probably a unknown band one. What was the first ever bone you broke? I haven't broken a bone, ever. But I have strained a ligament in my groin. Which sounds really dodgy, I know, but I was walking through a doorway and it went and I had to stay at home for an entire week. My first ever piercing was my earlobes. It's the only piercing I have. What was the first ever foreign country you went to? France. What was the first ever movie you remember seeing? Bambi? No! Aristocats! What was the first ever detention that you ever got? I don't think I've ever had a detention. Who was your first ever roommate? My first ever roommate was probably my sister. No, I don't know why I said probably. She was my sister. She's no longer my sister. At one point, we decided, hey, we should share a room. And probably worked for about a month. If you had one wish, what would it be? To have the confidence to do things that I want to do. I always say I want to do amazing things, and then I don't, or I get the opportunity and I run away from it just because I don't know if it's what I want from life. What was the first ever sport you were a part of? Besides being forced to do PE? I don't do PE. Kind of slightly liked football as a child. I was a massive tomboy as a small little being. I wanted to be Lara Croft. Just with small boobs. I don't know if I'm gonna leave that in or not. What's the first thing you do when you get home? I go to the toilet or go on the internet. Final question. When was your first kiss? My first kiss was... okay, so that is the end of the video. I love you guys. I will see you later on for another vlogs from my hat and other videos. And there will be a link at the end of the video to a bunch of the 2 videos that I posted up recently, if you haven't seen them, at the end of the video. So you can check them out. One of them is about warm up, and the other one, oh yeah, going to South Wales. Okay, see you guys later. I love you guys, and smile and stuff, and I'm out of here.